India has more Gen Zs than the entire United States have people. That's 370 million young Indians, the most tech-native generation this country has ever seen. Add 358 million millennials to the mix, and you've got over 700 million young, connected consumers, bigger than the population of Europe. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about demographics. It's about technology. Because these millions aren't just living online, they're reshaping how technology is built, tested, and scaled globally. So what does all this mean for our Indian tech ecosystem? I'll tell you all about it on this episode of Point Break.
I thought 356 million millennials were too many. I'm a millennial, too many of us. This is insane. I don't know how to deal with 370 million Gen Zs. I don't know how anyone in this room is going to. But good, we have another 100 years of consumption ahead of us. No other country in the world has this at this scale. There are more Gen Zs in India than American citizens on the world. Right? So, unbelievable opportunity. So, very, very positive on demographics as well for the next 100 years. And finally, our consumer market. We don't talk about consumer when we talk about deep tech, but last year, for the first time in history, at least recorded economic history, India added more global consumer class citizens than China did. And India's consumer market size projected to the next 4 to 5 years is in the realm of China now, which is quite breathtaking in terms of new value added.
Last year, for the first time, India added more people to the global consumer class than China. That's a tectonic shift. For decades, China has been the consumption story. Today, India is stepping into that role. By 2030, India's consumer spending is projected to cross $6 trillion, making it the third largest consumer market in the world. But here's what makes it different from China. India's growth story is inseparable from technology. This new consumer wave is digital first, mobile first, and increasingly AI first. Let's start with payments. India now accounts for nearly half of the world's real-time digital transactions. UPI alone processes more than 19 billion transactions a month. That's 7,000 payments per second. And Gen Z is the biggest driver of this adoption.
And so when I look at every parameter we value, market size, market depth, margin profile, etc., payments were leading the world. Real-time payments were leading the world. Wallet share of UPI digital payments were leading the world. Wallet share in terms of comparison to even China, now we're getting pretty close.
Think about what that means. When global companies look at scaling digital payments, India isn't just a case study, it's the laboratory. And this pattern repeats everywhere. Take Arogya Setu, 50 million downloads in just 13 days during the pandemic. Today, over 400 million Indians use it. A public-private health app that scaled faster than Facebook or Twitter ever did. That's the India advantage: scale, speed, and the willingness of its young consumers to adopt new tech at breathtaking pace. Now, who are these young consumers? Gen Z, born between the mid-1990s and early 2010s, are India's largest generation yet. And unlike millennials, they're true digital natives. They grew up with smartphones, social media, instant payments, and on-demand everything. And here are some interesting statistics. 70% of Gen Z shoppers discover brands online, mostly via short-form video and social commerce. Gen Z and millennials together will drive over $1.4 trillion in consumption by 2030. They're early adopters of AI-driven apps, from language learning bots to health trackers. This is why Pranav Pai, managing partner from 314 Capital, called India the last population-scale territory to build huge technology companies that can serve hundreds of millions of people. If the US gave us Google and Meta, China gave us Alibaba and Tencent, India's Gen Z is the base for the next global giants. Globally, the digital day is dominated by US tech giants Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta. Trillion-dollar companies that have become entire nation-states in themselves. But there's a shift happening. Scale is no longer in California. It's in Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad. When 370 million Gen Zs adopt UPI, that becomes the global benchmark for payments. When they binge on short-form video, that becomes the global playbook for content. When they experiment with AI tutors or digital health, that becomes the global template for services. This is what makes India the world's largest testbed for technology. It's not just that companies can scale here, it's that if something works in India, it can work anywhere. But here's the challenge. Having 370 million Gen Zs is not enough on its own. Demographics only become destiny if the ecosystem is ready. Gen Z consumers expect seamless digital services, payments that work instantly, apps that understand their preferences, and platforms that innovate as fast as they do. That's a tall order. India has the scale, but scale without innovation risks making us just a consumer market for global tech, instead of the birthplace of the next global giants. The real opportunity is to build, not just use, the future of payments, AI, and deep tech right here in India. Because if India can meet the demands of its own young, connected consumers, it can set the benchmark for the rest of the world. Here's the real shift. India's Gen Z isn't just the world's largest consumer group. They're the world's first truly digital generation at scale. Every tap on UPI, every hour spent gaming, every experiment with AI tutors or health apps, it's all writing the playbook for how billions everywhere else will use technology. For decades, the world looked at Silicon Valley or Shenzhen for the next wave of innovation. Increasingly, they'll be looking at Bangalore, Delhi, and Mumbai because this is where the future is being tested, refined, and scaled. So when we talk about India's Gen Zs, we're not just talking about a market. We're talking about the generation that could set the direction for global technology itself. That's all we have for this episode of Point Break. I'll be back with more such insights from the world of AI and tech. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, and think AI, think AIM.